Folks, how are we doing today? It's Andrew down here at C. Harper Auto Group, and today I have an exciting comparison between the all-new and thoroughly updated 2025 Chevy Equinox LT versus the very popular 2025 Kia Sportage X-Line. I want to show you some of the differences between the two, the tech, the styling, the interior room, so you can make an informed buying decision when it comes to purchasing your new SUV. So let's hop right into it. And here they are, folks. These are two great SUVs. On my left, this is the beautiful 2025 Chevy Equinox LT in the Lakeshore Blue metallic color. Once again, this has been all new and updated for the 2025 model year. New exterior styling, new interior styling and technology, some updates to the powertrain, and of course we have the ever popular 2025 Kia Sportage in the X-Line trim level. This body style came out in 2023 and it has really increased Kia sales. Very popular vehicle, lots of owners love it. But I want you guys to make an informed buying decision when it comes to getting your next SUV. Of course, we sell both of these makes at the C. Harper Auto Group. I want to show you some of the differences between the two vehicles. So let's show you what we got. Now let's start out with the Kia Sportage. Once again, this was restyled for 2023 and it is back for 2025 with a few updates. This being the X-Line trim level, we do have our blacked out wheels. These are our 19-inch gloss black wheels, which is new for 2025. We also have some blacked out badges on the front and the rear of the vehicle, and our exterior chrome has also been deleted, so it is blacked out thoroughly along it in this X-Line particular model. Now an EX would also look a little more like this LT model on the Equinox, where it is chromed out a little bit more. However, these have almost an identical MSRP. They're both around $35,000. So I wanted to show this to be as fair as possible, kind of see what features and options you get on these two vehicles. Now once again, the Sportage, it grew for 2023. These two are pretty much identical in size. I'll put the exact specifications up on wheelbase, on our length and width of the vehicles, but they are pretty much similar between the two, and it's a real sweet spot of a size. Great where it's not too large to be inconvenient when you're parking the vehicle, but offers a nice amount of interior room for the front and your passenger's cargo in the rear. Now, exterior styling, of course, we do have a pretty wild looking front end here on the Kia. We have these almost boomerang looking headlights. They are LED with our LED turn signal as well, our daytime running light in there. And if we come around to the rear of the Sportage, of course, we do have our turn signal indicators on our blacked out mirrors here on the X-Line trim level. And we also have our LED tail lights as well. It's a very good looking vehicle. I really like this dawning red metallic color. I think it contrasts really nicely with the black accents that you get on the X-Line. And of course, comparing that against our 2025 updated Chevy Equinox LT, well, I think Chevy also knocked it out of the park with the restyle of this Equinox. It's a little more square, a little more SUV-like, a little more tougher looking. I really think it matures up the Equinox for the new model year. So of course, we have an all-new front-end exterior styling, which kind of goes with the rest of the Chevy SUV design language. So we have our daytime running lights up here with our chrome Chevy bar and our large grille, and then of course our standard LED headlights and fog lights on this model as well. It's a really good looking vehicle. Of course, this is just the more basic looking LT. You can get this with some upgraded wheels. These are our 17 inch wheels that are standard on all LT entry-level Equinox models. However, you can get some upgraded ones, some blacked out and machine finished ones as well. Taillights, once again, kind of matching some more of the rest of the Chevy lineup with the Traverse and other models, kind of have that nice swoop. LED as well. They look really nice. As you can see, it has a little more of that squared off look versus what we found previously on the last generation Equinox. You also can get the Equinox with two different colored roofs. Obviously, this one is body colored, which is standard, but you can get a white or a black roof painted option on this model. Now, which would I choose? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Styling is very subjective. I think the Equinox is a little more of a conservatively styled vehicle, where the Sportage stands out a little bit more. I'm gonna let you guys decide which view of the exterior styling you prefer, the Equinox or the Sportage. Now let's talk about the key before hopping into the inside of these two vehicles. This is the Kia Sportage key right here. As you can see, it does have remote start. We have our keyless entry. You just gotta push that button to unlock or lock the vehicle to get into your Sportage. And when we hop into the all-new 2025 Sportage, well, it is a pleasure to be in. This X-Line model does come with our Syntex leather seats here. So it's a synthetic leather material. They are heated, of course. Really nice stitching pattern on here. Of course, we do have a driver's powered seat with two-way lumbar on this model. No memory on the X-Line, but that's okay. You can get that if you step up into the higher trim levels. Looking at our door panels on the Sportage, nice soft touch material throughout here. On the armrest, really even a softer leather here. Of course, we do have our windows controls and our mirror controls here. Some space for some water bottle and extra storage on the side here. And of course, our speaker grills. But really, the main showpiece of the Sportage interior is when we take a seat in this vehicle. I'm gonna pop it on. Our start-stop button is down near the shifter on this model. And as you can see, we have a very nice modern looking interior on this Sportage. So of course, the main focal point here is our 12.3-inch infotainment display. It does have navigation built in, plus the ability to access our wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Unfortunately, it is not wireless in this model. I'm hoping they will update that soon. We do have our standard Kia navigation map in here as well. So it's a really nice bright display. I think it looks great, and it goes really well with our driver's information display here in the middle. Just a wee bit smaller, but very nice. Has all of your information that's super legible to look at. Of course, our air vents on this model, very funky looking, very unique, as you can see on both sides of the front display right here. Pretty cool. Steering wheel, nice and thick. Have some leather wrapping here. Of course, our audio controls on the left. We do have our lane centering controls and our some other information controls on the right here. Unfortunately, this steering wheel is not heated in the X-Line model, which is a bit of a disadvantage for me. You will see in the Equinox that is standard, which is really nice. On the left side here, we do have our dimmer, our switch to open the rear tailgate, our traction control turn off button, and the button for our automatic parking brake. Looking here in the center, here is our HVAC controls on the Sportage model. It is nice that you do have some physical controls. However, one thing that I don't prefer about this Kia is, as you can see, we have it on the AC setting right now. However, say I wanted to turn up the audio control, you have to hit this button here, and then it'll bring it up into a audio menu. So it's okay. Once you get used to it, I do assure you it works pretty well. However, it is just a little bit more cumbersome than the unit you'll see in the Equinox. And as we move down here, as you will see, we have some charging options in this little center storage area. Our 12-volt traditional outlet, a USB-A, a USB-C outlet, and a cooled wireless charger here in the middle, which is very nice. Moving behind that, once again, we do have our engine start-stop button, a real traditional shift knob. As you can see, we do have our manual mode for our 8-speed automatic in this vehicle here. To the right of that, we do have our 3-stage heated seats for these leather, synthetic leather seats. As you can see on this X-Line model, we do not have our cooled seats and our heated steering wheel, which is indicated by these blank switches right here. Now behind that, we do have some other driver controls here. We do have some drive mode. So if we go back up to our center display, we have smart mode, sport, normal, and snow. Of course, we do have our hill descent control here, our automatic brake hold features, which is super nice. You're at a red light, and just take your foot off the brake and it'll hold the vehicle there for you. Our automatic start-stop switch, kill switch right here. So if you don't want that, your engine turning off at red lights, you can hit that. Of course, our park distance control button here, and this parking display button will bring up our rear camera here. As you can see, it's just a normal rear camera on this X-Line model, no overhead or 360 display, but pretty legible. I wish it was a little more high quality, if I'm being honest, but it's not bad overall. And then, of course, if we are in reverse, we do have our rear parking sensors as well. And the rest of our storage solutions here, well, we do have these two cup holders, which are pretty funky. You can actually close them up if you have a larger size, say like a Gatorade container or something. If you want to just hit that button, it'll bring it back out, so it makes it a little tighter for our narrow beverages. And we have a little more storage space behind here where I have the key right now. In our center console, as you can see, we have a pretty nice amount of space in there as well. No USB-A's or USB outlets in there, unfortunately. Now, looking to the roof of the Kia Sportage X-Line, of course, all of these do come with our black headliner when you choose the X-Line model. We do have also the premium package selected on this, which gets you our full glass panoramic sunroof. It is beautiful. Look how large it is. Of course, it'll open up a lot of fresh air if you have it open and bring in that extra amount of light, which is super nice. Also, with the premium package, we do get our LED interior illumination and our smart lift power tailgate. Now let's take a look at the rear seat of the Kia Sportage X-Line. As you can see, we have a nice wide opening on the door here. I don't believe it's at 90 degrees, but it is very wide, so you can get easy access if you're putting in child seats or the like. Really easy to get them in and out. Very nice amount of space back here. Of course, we do have dual vents in the back to keep the airflow going, once again, for your children, your passengers, or your pets. Very nice. These are 60/40, so they will fold down, as you can see. Make them flat. You can also recline them in this model, which is nice, and get a little more comfortable on some longer road trips. Gonna hop inside here. We don't have a completely flat floor, so there is a wee bit of a hump here in the middle seat, but it's not super drastic. I think it is pretty good. As you can see, lots of space here. I'm sitting behind myself. I have a ton of room. I might not be the tallest man on earth, but you know, still plenty of space back here for your rear occupants, which is very nice. Two mat pockets behind the seats. We also have two USB-C charging outlets behind the seats as well, so everyone can have their phone and devices charged up on here. We do have our fold down center armrest with two cup holders. Looks great. Really, the only thing I think this is missing would be some rear sunshades, but it's pretty hard to find in this class of vehicle. I think it would just be something nice for features for families, a lot of people who are buying that. Once again, let's take a look at the instrument panel on the Sportage. I think it's a really nice, clean look. Really, this interior, I think Kia knocked it pretty much out of the park. It's very modern, very tech-focused, and very comfortable as well. Finally, before we head to the Equinox, let's take a look at the rear cargo area. This does have our smart lift gate available with the premium package on this model, but as you can see, we have a very nice amount of cargo room in here. It's pretty deep, it's pretty wide as well with these little pockets that are built out here. We also have our 12-volt outlet, and one of my favorite features is we do have the ability to fold the rear seats flat, just holding these, or at least mostly flat. So you can see that left one's sticking up a little bit, leading to a ton of available interior cargo room. Really nice. I think you can just get a lot in these vehicles. We do have a spare tire as well. It's a compact spare for this model, but nice to have as that is being eliminated in some of our other models. And of course, before we look at the interior on this Equinox, this is the LT model, which is the entry-level trim model. There's also the RS and the Active, which are higher than this model. However, even though it is the entry-level model, we do have two optional packages on this, our Convenience Package 2 and our Safety Package as well, which pretty much lines up the features between these two trim levels almost identically. And of course, the same thing before hopping in, we do have our new key design for this Equinox. We do have our remote start and our button to enter our rear power liftgate. And of course, the same button style, you can just easily lock it there and unlock it to get into the Equinox, just like on the Sportage. All right, and taking a look at the all-new interior on the Equinox here, very solid feeling doors on this model, but we have this all-new, completely redesigned interior for 2025. I think it looks great. Now, as you can see with the Convenience Package 2, we do have our EvoTech synthetic leather seats, super soft and comfortable. They are perforated as well, heated of course, and the driver's seat is powered with our two-way lumbar to give you even a little bit more extra comfort. Taking a look at our door panel on the Equinox, we have nice soft touch texturized material here along the side of the door. It's a little bit of a different material up top here, but although it's not as plush, it is still a soft, not a hard, scratchy plastic. Of course, we have our mirror and our window controls with our automatic driver's window. Coming down below, we do have the button to open our electronic rear cargo gate, and of course some storage for some water bottles and other stuff in here, and our speaker grill. All right, so let's step in and dive in a little bit more into the Equinox here. Our start-stop switch is behind the steering wheel here. We'll just tap that with our foot on the brake and bring the 25 Equinox to life. And as you can see, this interior is impressive. It is such an upgrade versus the previous generation model. It's honestly not even funny how nice this model is. So let me just go through a couple of our menus here, get this bad boy going. So as you can see, really way more tech focused and kind of similar to the Sportage as well with the screen layouts here. Of course, we do have our 11-inch driver's information display here in the middle and our 11.3-inch infotainment system here. Just a wee bit smaller than the Sportage X-Line model, but honestly, it's going to be hard to notice the difference when it's a 1-inch smaller screen. Really very nice, super snappy, easy to use. It is built on our Google system, so we do have our Google Map integration here, which is super nice. So let me just review this real quickly. Go to Map, and as you can see, we have Google Maps built in. Super cool. You can even just like, you don't even have to keep your hands off the road when you're driving it. Keep them on the wheel and say, "Hey Google, route me to C. Harper Chevrolet."
C. Harper Chevrolet, Buick, Cadillac is 1 minute from your location by car in light traffic.
Look at that, super fast. Not saying that this is necessarily a better navigation than what is found in the Sportage, but you get the comfort level of using Google. Many people are used to using Google navigation. In this system, it's great. You can use it to turn on heated seats, your temperature controls, you can change it, all of that, just using audio, which is super cool, or voice control, I should say. Now, looking at the rest of the interior, we do have our leather-wrapped steering wheel here. On this model, it is heated, of course. We do have our 3-stage heated seats as well. Now, looking beneath the HVAC controls, we do have our storage options here. Nice square storage space right here with 2 charging outlets, a USB-A on the right and a USB-C on the left. Behind that, we do have our wireless phone charger, which is pretty cool. You can kind of set your phone right here and stand it up. Just keeps it nice and secure. We have a nice long tray behind that, and of course, our cup holders to the right. And what's even cooler on this all-new Equinox is the center console storage right here, which is pretty impressive, and even more space right here in the center console. Now, moving upwards, let's take a look at our rear view mirror. With our safety package here, we do have our digital rear view mirror on this Equinox, which is a feature that I don't believe you can get on the Sportage, which makes it pretty unique to this class of vehicle. Of course, going above that, we do have a black headliner standard on all 2025 Chevy Equinoxes, which is really nice. Absent on this model is the panoramic sunroof. It is optional for $14.95, so you can make it just like the one in the Kia Sportage. However, it will bump the price up a little more, so they're not just at almost a similar $35,000 price range. Of course, we do have some sunglass storage here in the middle and our LED interior illumination throughout the vehicle. Hopping into the rear seat of the 2025 Equinox, just like the Sportage, as you can see, we have a very nice amount of space. The door opens very wide. It might not be as wide, at least visually to me, as the Sportage, but it's pretty close. Still very easy to load and unload children, their car seats, whomever into the rear seat of this Equinox. These seats do fold down, just like the Sportage, in a 60/40 manner, which is very nice. Of course, we do have our center folding armrest as well with 2 cup holders. If we look at our door panels here, once again, the same material as we get up front. That's real nice soft touch material, some extra storage space here. This plastic is a little bit more hard touch and rugged, I would say, but it's still pretty nice. Let's take a seat back here and close the door. And of course, just like the Sportage, real nice amount of rear space in this Equinox. You know, this is in my driving position. Tons of leg room here. It's comfortable. Unfortunately, these seats do not recline, so they are in a fixed position. So that is one advantage you'll get with the Sportage. But even at this position, I think they're plenty comfortable here. Of course, we do have our dual map pockets behind this front seats and 2 USB-C charging outlets on the center console here, plus our rear HVAC vents to keep our pets, our people, anyone cool into the rear of this vehicle. One of the nice advantages you get on the Equinox, though, versus the Sportage is a completely flat floor here. So as you see in the center seat, I I can kind of keep my feet here. I don't have to awkwardly straddle them on the other side when you are having someone in the middle seat here. Of course, looking at our instrument panel here, it is the impressive new Equinox design for 2025. I think it looks great. These interiors, they're all pretty similar with their layout and their look. Drop a comment below. Let me know, do you have a preference between the Sportage and the Equinox for 2025? Now looking at the rear cargo area on the 2025 Equinox, it is a power liftgate as well with our smart function, which is pretty cool. Very nice amount of space in this model, as you can see. Pretty nice width between the two. Unfortunately, no way to fold down the rear seats, so check one up to the Sportage on that. You will have to kind of either lean in and push or do it from the rear cargo area in the second row. But still, nice amount of space. Folds mostly flat on this model. I believe the cargo area is just a bit more smaller in the Equinox, but once again, plenty amount of space in here. We do also have some underfloor storage here, and then beneath that is our compact spare as well. Now let's talk about what's powering these two SUVs. For 2025, the Equinox is backed up by a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. The all-wheel drive models are equipped with an 8-speed automatic. Front-wheel drive will get you a continuously variable transmission. The Sportage for 2025 has a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. Pretty similar on the power figures here. However, you can get a hybrid model for the Sportage lineup and a plug-in hybrid as well. Not available on the X-Line. Well, I take that back. The plug-in hybrid does get an X-Line, but then we're talking into the $40,000 price range. Either way, with all my rambling, you do have pretty similar power figures with it. The Equinox will have a slight advantage with having that lower down torque, being that it is turbocharged. They both have our 8-speed automatic transmissions, and I think either have a pretty appropriate amount of power for this class of vehicle. Now taking a look at the window sticker here on the Sportage X-Line, this one with all-wheel drive and a 2.5 liter motor. Our fuel economy is 23 miles per gallon city, 27 highway, leading to a 25 mile per gallon combined fuel economy rating. And if we look at our price here, with all of our options, our paint and our premium package, this model comes out to around $35,685. Now taking a look at the window sticker here on the 2025 Equinox LT all-wheel drive, our fuel economy slightly better here than the Sportage. It is 24 miles per gallon city, 29 highway, leading to a 26 mile per gallon combined fuel economy rating. So you do have some advantages with the turbocharger and the smaller motor. Not really that many though, just 1 mpg overall. Of course, our total MSRP on this vehicle with our convenience package 2 and our safety and technology package brings this Equinox up to a total price of $35,230. Alrighty folks, that is a quick look between the all-new 2025 Chevy Equinox LT and the 2025 Kia Sportage X-Line. Now let me know, do you have a preference between these two models? Maybe after watching this video, which one would you choose? I think they're both very good models of SUVs, nice and updated for 2025, but of course there's others on the market out there as well. So let me know, which would you choose? We're gonna do some more comparison videos on some of the other makes and models against these two as well. If you do enjoy this style of video, be sure to hit like. We really appreciate that, and also consider subscribing to the C. Harper Auto Group YouTube channel. Plenty more videos and content to come. And be sure to, of course, to always check us out online at charper.com. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day.